It's all because of what's convenient for you, not because of it's what's in your son's best interest.
It's not correct.
That she wants you to be responsible for the therapy, responsible for the cost, be responsible for retreats or extracurriculars. Is that typical of Miss Ochoa's behavior?
Yes, it is.
She says, okay, and were you going to mention this to me? It was during your weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you respond, it's a one-day thing. She says, and you tell him you're picking him up, which I don't know, and now you're going out of town. You think you can do whatever the hell you want. That was Miss Ochoa's messages to you because you wanted to take your son to Albuquerque during your weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you state your name for the record?
It's Angelica Ochoa.
And you are the mother of the child in this case here that we're here for today?
Right. Yes.
Alexander Rivera?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that we are here today for a modification?
Yes.
And we have a modification of possession and of support?
Yes.
Has Alexander been with you, Ms. Ochoa?
He has.
How long has he been with you?
Up until the last 9 months, we've been splitting weeks, Oscar and I. But prior to that, in 2024, I did have him full time.
Okay. And you're asking today that the court will let Alexander stay with you and have Mr. Rivera pay for the child support?
Correct.
Okay. And are you asking the court to keep, or are you asking the court for Alexander to be under insurance with your employer, Ms. Ochoa?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any safety concerns with your child or Mr. Rivera having your address at all?
No.
Okay. No further questions for Ms. Ochoa.
What's this? Yes, Judge. Thank you. Ms. Ochoa, where do you currently work?
At University Medical Center.
Okay, and what do you do there?
Medical assistant.
Okay. How long have you worked there?
I want to say 2 years now. But when I left in 2023, and then prior to that, from 2018 to 2022.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify, Ms. Ochoa, because there was a lot of dates. You said you've been there 2 years?
Yes, when I came back. I came back in 2024 in August, so I've been there since.
Okay, and what is your schedule?
Right now it's Monday through Thursday, or I can be off Thursdays and have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and work Friday.
Okay, and what is the hours that you work?
I work 4 days, 10-hour shifts.
Okay, and what are the hours that you work?
From 7 to 6.
Okay, do you work 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.?
7 a.m.
Okay, so you go in at 7 a.m. and you get off at 6 p.m.?
Right.
Okay, and that's every week?
Yes.
Okay. What time does your son go into school?
It depends. Normal school is 8:20. Depends what activities he has going on. If he has band, then he'll be there at 7 a.m.
Okay, and who takes him to school when you're at work?
I do.
Okay, so if you go in at 7 a.m. and he goes in at 7 a.m., how do you take him and make it to work by 7 a.m.?
Because I accommodate, so I'm able to go in late if I need to.
Okay, so you go in late every day so you can drop him off?
Right.
Okay. So what time do you actually go in?
I'd say maybe 7:30.
Okay. And what time does your son get out of school?
Also, it depends what he has going on. For the most part, he's getting out about 7 p.m.
Okay, you said for the most part. Does he get out at 7 p.m. every day?
His normal school day would be 4:20, but because of his activities, he stays until 7 p.m. or after.
Okay. The questions, Ms. Ochoa, are definitely not meant to confuse you, okay? If you need me to clarify, please let me know and I'll be happy to. Does he get out at 7 p.m. every day?
Well, yes. I mean, are you asking if that's the time he's supposed to be out of school, or just in general? Because there is no set date. So yes, for the most part, he has been getting out past 7 p.m. because of his theater and his band activities.
Okay. And when he gets out at 4:20, who picks him up?
I do.
Okay. So since you don't get out till 6 p.m., how do you accommodate to pick him up at 4:20?
I'm also allowed to leave work early to pick him up.
Okay. So on all the days that he gets out at 4:20, you leave early to go pick him up?
Right.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that you had left in 2023. Where did you go?
I moved to San Antonio.
Okay. And what did you move to San Antonio for?
At that time, my oldest had my grandson, and she was going through some major postpartum issues, and I had to make a choice to be out there and help her.
Okay. And how long were you out there for?
I was there in May 2023 up until December of 2023.
Okay. So when you made the decision to leave to San Antonio, you also made the decision to leave your son here with his father. Is that correct?
Yes, it was an agreement between the three of us.
Okay. During the time that you were living in San Antonio, how often would you come back to visit your son?
Once a month.
And how much child support did you pay during that time?
That was ordered, none.
Okay. Now, the question, Ms. Ochoa, wasn't how much was ordered. My question was, how much did you pay? Did you pay anything to help support your son during that time?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay. How much did you pay? Objection, Your Honor. I'm not sure what Ms. Ochoa is looking at. If I can just ask her to testify from her recollection.
Okay, about $1,500.
Okay. And how did you pay that?
It was being sent to his bank account, to our son's bank account that I opened for him.
Okay. So you sent your son money.
Right.
Did you send any money to his father to help support your son?
No, because he suggested it be
Objection to non-responsive after no.
Same.
Okay. Now, where were you working when you were in San Antonio, Ms. Ochoa?
at PRMA.
And how much were you making there?
$20 an hour.
Okay. And were you full-time?
Yes.
Okay. And how much do you make now?
Right now I'm at $22.85.
And do you work any overtime now?
No. In fact, my hours are short.
What is the name of your son's therapist, Ms. Ochoa?
It's Christina Zapata.
Okay. And who's the pediatrician?
It's Julia K.
You currently have insurance available through your employer. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you do not provide secondary insurance for your son. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. You took him off of your insurance in October of 2025. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions for Ms. Ochoa, Your Honor.
Ms. Washington?
No further questions. The state is done with this witness.
Okay, do you have another witness?
The state would like to call Jose Rivera.
Okay.
Mr. Rivera, could you state your name for the record?
Jose Oscar Rivera.
And Mr. Rivera, you are you understand that you're here today for a modification
Yes, ma'am.
regarding possession and support.
Yes.
And to your knowledge, how long have, or to your knowledge, Alexander hasn't been with you lately, correct?
Yes, yes.
He has. How long have you had possession of Alexander?
This started last year. When we started the 50-50.
Okay, and how long did
I think that was June.
June?
In the beginning, it was in the summer. that we
And
started this.
how long did the 50-50 last?
It's still going on.
Still going. Are you asking, and what are you asking the court today regarding support?
Just asking that it stays 50-50 with zero child support, as it has been.
Okay. And regarding possession, what are you asking the court?
Just primary. If I can, I would like to be the primary parent.
Okay. And is there any family violence between you and Miss Rivera, Miss Ochoa?
No, ma'am.
And you're comfortable with her being around the child?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions. We'd like to pass the witness.
Ms. Montes?
Yes, Judge. And if I may, I don't know if this is a good time to do it, Your Honor, but I have sent over exhibits. My understanding is that the Attorney General was going to stipulate it's the app close communication and all the therapist notes for the child. If I can move to admit exhibits P1 through 9.
Okay, are there any objections, Ms. Washington?
No objections with the state?
Okay, Ms. Ochoa, are there any objections with those exhibits being admitted into evidence?
Yes, because I don't know what they are.
Okay. Ms. Montes, have you sent them to Ms. Ochoa as well?
I have, Judge, and she actually has access to all the same information. It's the therapist notes from the child and all the communication between Ms. Ochoa and Mr. Rivera.
Ms. Ochoa, do you have any objection?
I did not receive those.
Exhibits 1 through 9? Ms. Ochoa,
Yes,
did you receive them?
I did not receive any of the documents.
I can resend them, Judge, if she'd like. I don't know if Ms. Ochoa wants to go ahead and give us her email again, and I can just resend from here.
Yeah. Ms. Ochoa, you can put your email directly to Ms. Montes on the chat, and then we'll wait a few moments for those exhibits to be forwarded to you as well.
I'm going to go ahead and talk to Mr. Rivera. What we're asking the court for today, Judge, is for Mr. Rivera to be named the primary. We are okay with joint managing conservators. He's asking to have the exclusive right to designate the residence of the child. We're asking that the child continue on a 50-50 possession access schedule. He's currently doing week on, week off. And as you'll know, Judge, through the therapist notes that have already been admitted into evidence, the child is comfortable with this arrangement, and it's something that he's gotten used to and he's actually looking forward to. So we'd ask that that schedule remain in place and that the parties be ordered to support the child when he's in their possession, and that the child support be set at 0. Mr. Rivera is currently providing medical insurance for the child. We're asking that that stay the same. He's not asking for reimbursement. It's $472 a month that he's paying. He's asking that that stay exactly the same. Ms. Ochoa is currently providing dental and vision. We're asking that that stay the same. In terms of the income taxes, it is my understanding that Ms. Ochoa has claimed the child the last few years, although he did live with Mr. Rivera for some time. So we're asking that the next 2 years, Mr. Rivera be able to claim the child on his taxes. And with that being said, Judge, I'll call Mr. Rivera. Mr. Rivera, please state your full name for the record.
Jose Oscar Rivera.
Okay. And Mr. Rivera, you are the father of Alexander Rivera. Is that correct?
Yes.
Alexander is currently 15 years old. Is that correct?
Yeah, 16.
He's 16. Okay. And he just finished up his sophomore year in high school. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what is your address, Mr. Rivera?
1209 Summer Moon in Horizon.
And currently, Alex is staying with you 1 week and then staying with his mother 1 week. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he have his own room at your home?
Yes, he does.
How has that schedule been working out with Alex?
There hasn't been any issues. It's worked out perfect for both of us.
Okay. Now, I want to talk to you about when Alex came to live with you. We've admitted into the court what we've marked as Exhibit P9. Do you recall when Alex came to reside with you when Ms. Ochoa left to San Antonio?
Yes.
Okay. I want to show the court a little bit about why we're asking for primary. It seems like Ms. Ochoa has had some difficulty co-parenting and communicating. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to talk about specifically when he went to go live with you. If we look at the messages on Exhibit P9, it looks like they start in October of 2022. And it was, you were going to be taking Alex to Albuquerque on a weekend that he was with you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you say, we're going to Albuquerque tonight. So can I pick him up at about 8? And then she says, okay, and were you going to mention this to me? It was during your weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you respond, it's a one-day thing. She says, and you tell him you're picking him up, which I don't know, and now you're going out of town. You think you can do whatever the hell you want. That was Miss Ochoa's messages to you because you wanted to take your son to Albuquerque during your weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that typical of the way Miss Ochoa speaks to you when she's co-parenting?
It was before we had to get on this app. Ever since we joined this app that we both had to do, she's tried to control herself.
Okay. Before that, was it difficult to communicate with her?
Yes, it was.
Okay. You respond, honestly, how many times have you taken him to San Antonio that I don't know about? And her response was, it doesn't learn to communicate. I don't give a what or where we stand. And if you look at the court order, I'm allowed to take him. Do you recall that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, shortly after that, in November of 14th of 2022, she sends you this message. And she says, hey, I have requested to close the child support case. I'm leaving, and I tried extremely hard to convince Alex, but he just doesn't want to leave his friends. She doesn't say anything about him living with you. She doesn't ask, hey, can he go live with you? She just tells you this is what's going to happen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Prior to that text message, had she had any conversation with you about Alex going to live with you?
No.
Okay. So your response is, what are you trying to tell me about Alex? You're leaving where? She says, San Antonio, he wants to stay with you. So at that point, Miss Ochoa made the decision for you, for her, and for Alex that she was going to leave to San Antonio and that Alex was going to stay with you. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then after that, Alex went to...
Objection.
Okay, what's your legal objection, Ms. Ochoa?
I don't recall those conversations, and they're not full conversations. It seems like they're just part of conversations. They're not the full.
Any response, Ms. Pontes?
Yes, Judge, the complete conversation is on the text messages provided at P9. That's actually why we included the conversations beginning in October and all the way through December so that it would be a complete conversation. It's from October 14th to December 25th, and the conversation is complete.
Ms. Ochoa, any response to that?
I don't recall those conversations.
Objection overruled. Continue, Ms. Pontes.
Thank you, Judge. Now, Mr. Rivera, after that, Alex went to live with you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And he continuously lived with you until Miss Ochoa came back from San Antonio. Is that correct?
Correct.
During that time, were you the one financially supporting Alex?
Yes, I was.
Were you the one taking him to school and picking him up?
Yeah, between both me and my wife.
Okay. And during that time, Miss Ochoa was living in San Antonio. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, since we came during temporary orders, Alex has been in therapy. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I've submitted to the court what we've marked as exhibits P1 through P7, and those are notes from his therapy. Is it fair to say, Mr. Rivera, that Miss Ochoa has canceled several of his therapy sessions?
Yes.
Okay. Does she notify you when she's going to cancel it?
She told me she was going to cancel one because she was leaving out of town. And then she was going to move another one because it was on my weekend. It was on my week, and she wanted it on her week.
Okay.
And then there was a third one that I don't remember.
Okay. So we've marked what we've sent as exhibit P1, and it says client's mother called to office, cancel appointment. Client's mother is aware of the fee and has rescheduled for January 14th at 12 p.m. in person. When Ms. Ochoa makes these cancellations or these changes, does she notify you ahead of time or she tell you after she's already done it?
Like I said, just the first one, she told me because I told him he had, she left in December of the 22nd, I think. And I told her that he had an appointment and she said, I'll reschedule. We're leaving. I said, okay. And then when I told her the next one, she said, it was on my week. She's like, I'll change it for my week. So I'll take them. And I said, okay, that's fine.
Okay. Does it concern you that Alex is missing a lot of therapy when mom has him scheduled on her weeks?
No, not really.
Okay. Now, if the court names you the primary, are you able to ensure that he attends all of his appointments?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what we've marked as Exhibit P2, we've got notes here, and it says here that the client returned to therapy after approximately 1 month of absence. It says that the father reported he's willing to continue therapy and that the prior cancellations were made by the mother. Do you believe that 30 days of him not going to therapy is helpful for Alex?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Do you think that it's important for him to continue therapy?
I believe so. I think it's good
Okay.
for him at least once a month.
Okay. Now, on what we've marked as Exhibit P3, those same notes, it says that your son was present for the therapy. It says that he discussed relationship with both parents and that he says that you specifically have been supportive and encouraging, particularly in preparing him for an upcoming summer camp. Can you tell me a little bit about the summer camp that Alex is doing?
It's not really a summer camp. It's a retreat that
Okay.
he attended a retreat when Miss Ochoa was in San Antonio, and it was for a weekend. After that, they liked what I guess Alex presented to them as the days that he was there. So they asked him to come back as a teen counselor to the new bunch of kids that are coming in for that retreat. So he has meetings on Sundays, and because of Father's Day, Mother's Day, he's had them on Wednesday. So he goes to this retreat in, I believe, not sure the date. I think it's like in 2 weeks. If not 2 weeks, it's in July. I got to look at the calendar. But he's going to leave he'll leave on a Thursday and then he'll come back on a Sunday. And then that retreat's over.
And Mr. Rivera, you actually discussed this retreat when Alex showed an interest. You discussed it with his mother. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And to be exact, I know we've already admitted the app closed into evidence. So I just want to go over with you page 13. You tell Miss Ochoa, I'm at the church with Alex. He said he told you that he was going to volunteer. It's $250 and he needs to be paid by June. I was just given the information. Are you okay with giving half for him to do this? I'm sure they're going to fundraise also. And I mentioned to him, if he does this, he needs to take responsibility. And whatever he needs to do to help with this retreat so we don't end up paying last minute like previous. Now, Miss Ochoa decided that you were going to be the one responsible. Is that correct?
Yes.
And her response was, no, I told him I'm not going to help him this year. He needed to talk to you about it. If he wants to join and to be clear with you, then you're okay with it. Then it's your responsibility to help him, but I won't be agreeing to it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So is this typical of Miss Ochoa, Mr. Rivera, that she wants you to be the one that's responsible for the therapy? She wants you to be responsible for the cost. She wants you to be responsible for retreats or extracurriculars. Is that typical of Miss Ochoa's behavior?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And are you okay with being the primary and being responsible for all of Alex's needs?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Now, if the judge needs a little bit more background as far as how the conversations go between you and Miss Ochoa, everything has taken place on the app close. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, I want to show you what we've marked as Exhibit P5. And on P5, it says that Miss Ochoa canceled an appointment because she could not come up with a copay. Is that correct?
Correct.
Have you ever canceled a therapy appointment, Mr. Rivera, because you couldn't pay the copay?
No, not canceled.
Okay. Now, on exhibit
Objection.
P4,
He has canceled.
What's the objection? What's the legal objection, Ms. Ochoa?
He has canceled appointments. In fact, there were no shows.
There was one no-show, which was, I think, 2 weeks ago. And Ms. Ochoa actually texted me. She said that Christina called her, that Alex had an appointment. And I told her in the text, I said, yeah, I said, you know what? I completely forgot. And I had other appointments that I got them confused. I had a dentist, I had a doctor's, and then I had his therapy. And I just, I got those dates confused.
There was also a missed dental appointment May 14th.
objection, Your Honor.
Agreed. Ms. Ochoa, what is your legal objection? You will have an opportunity to question Mr. Rivera, but on this issue, do you have a legal objection?
No.
Okay, let's move on. Ms. Montes?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Rivera, you mentioned an appointment 2 weeks ago. I do show that there was what we've got marked as Exhibit P7 from June the 8th. It says appointment was canceled by mother. The client's mother stated that the father made the appointment and that the client was at school. Now, this was on June the 8th. When was your son's last day of school?
It was on a Friday, which was May.
So his last day, just to
It was
confirm,
the
Mr. Rivera,
29th.
was in May?
May
Okay.
29th, yeah.
So when Miss Ochoa told the therapist that she was canceling because the child was in school on June the 8th, that was incorrect. Is that right?
No, that was correct. He did have a band, some type of band meeting that morning.
Okay, so he had a band meeting in June?
That Monday of the therapy session.
Okay. Now, we've sent over what we've marked as Exhibit P4. And on that one, it says that on the therapist notes, it says that the client, being your son, reported that the parents are getting along better, noting they're communicating less, and stated he's doing well with the current 50-50 custody arrangement. Do you believe that Alex is doing well with the current arrangement?
I believe so.
And do you believe that it would be in his best interest that you continue the 50-50 schedule?
Yes.
Okay. And you're not asking Ms. Ochoa to pay any child support, is that correct?
Correct.
We're asking that the child support be set at 0, is that correct?
Correct.
And we're asking that you be able to continue to provide medical insurance, and you're not asking for reimbursement, is that correct?
Yes.
You were asking that Ms. Ochoa continue to provide the dental and the vision, is that correct?
That's fine. If that's fine with her, that I have no issues.
Okay. Do you believe that everything that you're asking for is in Alex's best interest?
Yes.
Now, I understand Ms. Ochoa, even though Alex didn't reside for her for some time, has been the one claiming your son on her taxes. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking that you be able to claim Alex on your taxes for the next 2 years?
Correct.
Did she claim him the 2 years prior?
This past year and the year before.
Okay. And you believe everything that you're asking for today is necessary to protect Alex's best interest?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions for Mr. Rivera, Your Honor.
Ochoa, do you have any questions of this witness?
Yes.
Okay, after your first question.
Oscar, who initiated the counseling?
You did.
Why?
Because you told us that
Objection
it was
to
good that he needed it.
speculation.
Ms. Ochoa, do you have a response?
I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, I'm trying to answer.
Objection sustained. Ask your next question.
What was your relationship like in 2024 when I came back with our son?
Our relationship was good.
Your relationship with Alex,
Yeah.
what was that like?
I think what he's like any other kid, like the kids I have at home, that we just talked and I got along with them. I don't know what you're trying to get at. Like you're
Right. So
trying to, I know
what
what you're
was
trying to get at.
what was the reason I came back?
Objection to speculation, Your Honor.
Dane, ask your next question, Ms. Ochoa.
With your permission, I just wanted to kind of brief you on, if I'm able to brief you on what happened on 2024 when I came back.
Okay, I will give everyone an opportunity to provide their closing statements and remarks. But do you have any further questions for Mr. Rivera?
No.
Okay. Ms. Washington, anything else?
Your Honor, no further questions for Mr. Rivera. The state rests.
Okay. Ms. Montes, do you have any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor. We rest.
Okay. And Ms. Ochoa, if you want to have a closing remark, you do represent yourself, so I will give you some leeway. You can make your statement now.
Your Honor, in 2024, I returned because our son was having issues with his sexuality. At that point, the relationship with Oscar and him did become a little difficult. I returned because our son started becoming disconnected. He started detaching, so I returned. When I returned, in the first hearing, Oscar stated that I made the choice that I was going to take over custody. That conversation never took place. Our son made the choice to be with me 7 days a week. Arguments started with Oscar not picking him up. It did become a financial burden for me because I was not making that much. I had our son 7 days a week. It started becoming expensive. Arguments started because I would ask for help. I did tell him that I was going to initiate the child support because he would pick him up whenever he wanted to, and that would throw my schedule off at work. So there was no communication, there was no set schedule. Another thing is, now with this 50-50 order, it's still the same issue. Oscar tends to do pickups and drop-offs as whenever it's convenient for him, which means I have to leave work early, or going to work late still, which it does affect my paycheck because it does shorten my hours. So the main reason I initiated this was because I needed a set schedule for us, and I was willing to negotiate a child support amount that worked best for us or best for him, because I knew that finances were coming, especially with Alex and graduation and all of that coming up soon. And somehow it just led to a custody battle, which I don't understand because Oscar partly picked him up prior to this, and that's what initiated all of this. The counseling, I initiated that because there was issues with him and our son. Oscar refused to do counseling up until now. So there's a lot of things that are being turned around, and those conversations are not complete.
Ms. Ochoa, are you indicating or telling the court that during the time that Alex is with Mr. Rivera, you're having to pick up Alex and drop him off at school during that time as well?
So yes, and actually I have dates here to give you. So on January 19th, that was a holiday. I had to be at work.
Well, no. I'm talking about since the temporary order, because nothing was an order until we had the temporary order. So that was March. So from March till now, when Alex is in Mr. Rivera's care, did you have to pick up and drop off Alex during that time period?
Yes.
And that made you late to work, or
Yes.
you having to leave early for work?
Right. Or I leave during my lunch. I work in Trans Mountain. I've had to leave work to come pick him up from school and bring him to the apartment until Oscar answers any messages to pick him up.
So how many times did that happen?
In the last 6 months, I want to say about 4 times.
And was this something where Mr. Rivera reached out to you to help co-parent a situation? Life happens, things You can't maybe sometimes pick up your kiddos on time.
Right, but no.
Anything else, Ms. Ochoa?
No.
Ms. Montes, I'll give you an opportunity if you wanted to ask any questions based upon Ms. Ochoa's testimony.
Yes, Judge, if I may, I'd like to ask Ms. Ochoa a couple of things and then recall Mr. Rivera regarding some of her testimony.
Yes,
Ms. Ochoa, you said that on the weeks that you have your son is actually when you're having to go in late every day because he goes in at 7 and you go in at 7, but you said your job is very flexible, so you're having to go in late and they allow it. You recall that
Yes.
testimony?
Yes.
Okay. So those are on your weeks that he's with you, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. And you also said that you don't get off till 6. Your son gets off at 4:20, but your job is super flexible and they let you miss every day so you can go get him. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And this is all happening on your weeks. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And there was actually a weekend where I'm sorry, where you were going to be out of town. And it was your week with your son, but you called Mr. Rivera to take care of your son because you were going to be out of town. Is that correct?
Yes, but he didn't.
Objection to non-responsive after yes.
Sustain.
Okay. So you actually told him that you were going to Abby's graduation next weekend and you asked him, you said he can either stay with my mom or he can stay with you. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how many times since, because this order, just so that I make sure that the court is aware, this temporary order where you're a week on, week off has been in place since September of 2025. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So all of his school year, he's been on a week on, week off. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how many times have you gone out of town since school started this year in August?
Are you talking about on the weeks that I've had him?
No, in general. How many times have you gone out of town?
I want to say maybe about 3 times.
Okay. And when you go out of town, how long are you staying for?
The weekend.
Okay. And during that time, Alex is with his dad?
Yes.
Okay. And Alex actually went to Dallas one week. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Rivera rescheduled his dental appointment because he was going to be in Dallas. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. And oftentimes you're actually asking Mr. Rivera to be the one to make the changes to the therapy appointments and just to let you know later. Is that correct?
No.
You don't ask him to change the appointments?
I've asked him twice.
Okay. So you have asked him.
Right, but he doesn't
Okay.
do.
Okay. So you've asked him to make the changes. Are you unable to make changes to the medical appointments, Ms. Ochoa?
I'm not.
Okay. Why aren't you able to make the changes yourself?
I'm able to make them on my weeks. The times that I've asked him fall on his weeks. So I ask him to reschedule those.
You're asking him to reschedule his appointments?
Yes, the ones that fall on his week.
Okay. And why are you asking him to change appointments that fall on his week?
Because it's me giving him a heads up because on the times that I've asked him, our son had competitions. So he would leave out of town and the appointments fell on that time.
Okay. And how come you didn't want to help your son with his retreat for church?
Because last year's retreat, there was a situation where we had to come up with over $200. I didn't have that money. And I didn't want to put myself in that situation again. And that was actually an agreement that Oscar and I had that we weren't going to allow him to do that again because of that. I did allow him to do the retreat if he wanted to, but that was on Oscar's terms.
Okay. So it's okay for him to be involved. It's okay for him to do all these things as long as it's Mr. Rivera's being responsible and you don't have to worry about it. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. Now, you on March 29th, March 27th, Mr. Rivera had talked to you about one of his appointments. And 2 days later, you respond, he's going to be out of town again the day his appointment is rescheduled for. Can you call tomorrow and see if they have anything this week so you can take him because he needs to go? Then the next appointment, make it on my week, but let me know first so I can make sure I'll be off. So you're wanting appointments scheduled on your weeks, but you're wanting him to be the one to schedule it. Is that right?
No.
Okay, that's what you're saying here though, right? You're telling him you take care of it. You make the appointment, you do everything, and then you just let me know.
No.
Isn't that what you said?
That was a one-time situation, and that was just me trying to keep him involved in his appointments.
Oh, okay, so you're trying to keep him involved.
Right.
But didn't you also send him a message telling him that he needed to take care of it, but to make sure to include you also?
For his counseling therapies, yes, because I could no longer
Okay.
afford the co-payments.
Okay, so you just want him to take care of it and to just let you know later. Is that
No.
correct?
No.
So it's fair to say, Ms. Ochoa, that most of the decisions that you've made, including moving to San Antonio, including him putting back on child support, including not taking him to therapy, not paying the copay, not contributing to the retreat, it's all because of what's convenient for you, not because of it's what's in your son's best interest. But it was convenient for you to move to San Antonio. It was convenient for you to put him on child support. It was convenient for you not to have to pay the copay. It was convenient for you not to have to help with the retreat. But everything is centered about what's convenient for you, not what's in Alex's best interest. Is that correct?
That's not correct. If keeping him
Okay,
involved
no further questions.
is inconvenience, then
Ms. Ochoa, hold on. Anything else, Ms. Washington?
No, Your Honor, the state rests.
Okay, well, if everybody has done that, so let's go ahead and hear the closing remarks. Ms. Washington?
Regarding the closing remarks, Your Honor, the state asks that the court takes in consideration of everything that was said regarding possession and support and choose what is best fit for a child.
Okay, Ms. Montes?
Yes, Judge, I'm just going to call Mr. Rivera very briefly, Judge, for 2 questions as
You did.
rebuttal.
I forgot. I did forget. You did ask for that. Yes, ma'am, and I gave you that leeway. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Just very briefly, so that the court has a clear understanding. On the weeks that you have your son, are you able to take him to school?
Yes, I am. And if I'm not, then my wife is able to take him.
Okay. And are you able to pick him up?
Yes. No,
Do
I'm
you,
sorry. There's times where I can, and then because the times that he gets out, which is like 7, sometimes 8, my wife picks him up.
Okay. And do you ever call Miss Ochoa and make her do it on your days?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. Do you ever call Miss Ochoa and have her take him to school or pick him up on the days that he's in your possession?
No. It's
Okay.
the other way.
No,
She's done it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm so sorry. You said, go ahead and finish your answer.
No, I've done it with her, like where she's asked me, can I take him? Or Alex has texted me on the side asking if I can pick him up. And I've asked him, does your mom go in early? She's like, yeah. And there was one incident where he told me, I just don't want to go in early because I just wait at McDonald's. And I said, no, that's fine. I said, I'll pick you up.
Okay. And how many times, Mr. Rivera, have you been the one to go pick up your son and either take him to school or pick him up when he's in Miss Ochoa's care?
As far as picking him up, I haven't. I've just taken him a few mornings that I can recall.
Okay. And you said that when she's going in early and he doesn't have to go in early, he's waiting at the McDonald's?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you needed to, Mr. Rivera, are you able to accommodate and take your son so that he doesn't have to wait at the McDonald's?
Yes.
Okay.
I've told them too that if they need to that, I would be able to take them.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Montes, if you can go ahead and give me your closing remarks and requests.
Yes, Judge. At this point, we're asking that the parties remain joint managing conservators. We're asking the court to review all of the therapist's notes. We're asking the court to look at the close communication between Ms. Ochoa and Mr. Rivera. We believe that it's quite obvious in their communication that you'll find that Ms. Ochoa is always going to do what's in her best interest, what's always going to be convenient for her. And she acts as such. In her responses to him, she pretty much tells him, this is your responsibility. You need to take care of it. And the only time she actually wants to be the primary is when it comes to support. We're asking the court that they be named joint managing conservators because we do believe that that's in Alex's best interest, but we believe Mr. Rivera is best to be named the primary. He is currently enrolled in school. He's been enrolled at the same school since his freshman year, since he moved in with Mr. Rivera. We're asking that no child support be ordered by either party, that the status quo, the medical insurance that's currently in place remain the same, and that they continue a week on, week off schedule. We would ask for language, Judge, in regards to a right of first refusal. If Ms. Ochoa is going to be going out of town, it is apparent she's traveling often, that Mr. Rivera be given the opportunity to care for his son during that time. And that if she's not able to take him to school rather than leaving him at McDonald's when she goes in at 7, that Mr. Rivera be given the option to be able to take him to school, just because we believe that that's necessary to protect the child's best interest. And that being said, Judge, those would be all the things in summary that we would be asking the court to do today.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Ochoa, your last words and recommendations for the court.
Yes, I ask that if Mr. Rivera wants to keep the week on, week off, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I do ask that I be responsible to make the decisions for the medical, for any healthcare, as far as appointments. I am seeking financial assistance, whatever works for him. I'm not asking for the full amount, as I mentioned before to him. Mainly because we do still have arguments. I have mentioned to him about driver's ed, no response, so that wasn't scheduled. His braces, it took him 2 months to respond to finally give a payment so that we can get our son on braces. I've mentioned a school trip that's coming up this coming school year, still no response. So I don't know how we're going to agree with making payments on that. As far as the primary residence, I asked that it be with me. I have been registering our son every year since I've been back. The first right of refusal, I have always given him that right. The issue is that Oscar tends to make last minute changes and agreements with our son that changes the plan that him and I originally planned for. As far as in last year when we first initiated all of this, Mr. Rivera did mention to the DRO that I dictate when and where he can have parenting time. What he's saying now does not match what that statement said. So overall, it's inconsistency throughout the years that have led to this. But I mean, I have no intention of taking away his rights to our son. I'm okay with the 50-50. He has every right to access our son, his medical records. I've never had an issue with that. It's just the inconsistency.
Okay. Any last words, Ms. Washington?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Montes, any last words?
Nothing further, Your Honor, from us.
Okay. So I am going to make my ruling. You do have the right to appeal my decision if you wish to do so. Once I make my ruling and I sign the order, whether you agree to it or not, you do have 3 days to appeal my decision if you wish to do so. And that would be in the form of a de novo appeal to the district court. That being said, based on the testimony and evidence before this court, my rulings will be as follows. I will appoint both parents to be joint managing conservators. However, I will appoint Mr. Rivera as the primary. I will continue the 50-50, 1 week on, 1 week off, with the language of the right of first refusal for overnights, as well as any mornings that Alex needs to be picked up for school in a timely manner. And Ms. Montes, I didn't know if you needed any particular language outside of that.
No, I think the right of first refusal and just we'll include the language on there. And I think if the parties sign up, we should be okay.
Okay, I will continue the app close co-parenting app. Child support will be set at 0. However, the medical support obligations will continue the same with Mr. Rivera with the medical and Ms. Ochoa with the dental and vision, I believe, as testified to. All out-of-pocket medical expenses, dental expenses, vision expenses will be 50-50 between both parents that are not covered with insurance. Any other items I may have left out, Ms. Washington?
I don't think so, Your Honor. Just
Okay, Ms. Montes, anything on the things that you pled for?
No, Judge, everything's on there.
Okay, how much time would you need to draft the order?
I can actually begin the order now, Judge, if I can get 2 weeks. That should
Yes,
be
ma'am.
perfect, just to circulate.
Okay, then it will be, pull up my calendar really quick. June 11, June 22nd. So then that will be, let's see, I think that's going to be a holiday weekend. So do you want to do it before that or after that?
Can we do after, Judge? It'll probably be before, but that way we're on the safe side.
Understood. So July 10th by noon.
Perfect. Okay, perfect.
Unless there's anything else, that will conclude the hearing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Your
Judge.
Honor.
May we be
Maybe-
excused?